How's it howlin', everyone? Vin Wolf here, and we're talking, again, more Smash. Now, this one is a character that's very near and dear to my heart. This is one of the two characters that still have not been announced that I still really want to see get in. So, let's get right on into it today because she is unique, she is sassy, and magic or no, she is Ret-2-Go. If you recognize that phrase, you know who I'm talking about today. None other than the half-genie hero herself, Shantae. So in order to begin with this character, to explain exactly what qualifies her for the Smash campaign, well, we gotta dive into her history. And I mean from the very beginning. In the beginning. The half-genie hero has a long history with Nintendo, getting her debut on the Game Boy Color in the game titled, of course, Shantae. That makes 16 years spent with Nintendo, and every single one of her games has been on a Nintendo console. In total, she's got 4 games to her name. The original Shantae, which released back in 2002, Shantae, Risky's Revenge, releasing in 2010, Shantae and the Pirate's Curse, releasing in 2014, and the most latest and probably greatest game in the series, Shantae, the Half-Genie Hero. That released back in 2016. One of the things that not only makes me really want, but also really makes me hope Shantae actually will be in as a playable character for Smash Ultimate is the amount of attention she got during the Smash Ballot. All thanks to none other than WayForward Studios. They were incredibly vocal for her during the Smash Ballot. One of the things that has me a little bit concerned though, as well as a little bit more hopeful, is the fact that when it comes to Super Smash Ultimate, they haven't responded to a single post or tweet that's been made to them about it. In the past, whenever they've received tweets in regards to other third-party games like Rivals of Aether or Indie Pogo, they've always given an answer to the tweet and the post. Granted, they were your general non-answer answers, kind of beating around the bush, but still, they were responses. In my time researching WayForward's social activity, I wasn't able to find a single instance where somebody this year had talked to them about Smash and had gotten an actual response. And before we go any further, let's address the elephant in the room. And yes, I'm aware, Shovel Knight. He's only an assist trophy, and he had the popular games, and the spin-off games, and the amiibo, and the votes in the Smash Ballot, and this, that, and the other, everything short of a magic wand that will allow him to just instantly get into Super Smash Bros. I get it, he would have made a lot of sense. I agree with you. However, if we are to say that Shovel Knight is Mr. Indie, Shantae is Miss Indie, and she's been here a lot longer. And this isn't really specific to Shantae, but it looks a lot like Smash is gathering characters from every genre of game. You have Cloud representing the role-playing game series. You have Ryu representing traditional fighting games. You have even Bayonetta representing beat-em-ups. If they continue with this trend, then they're going to have an indie rep eventually. It's really not about if, it's about when. We also know that Shantae's presence wasn't just in the ballot, it was incredibly powerful. We can't say how much of a presence because, as I say in every video, we don't have the results. But I do see a lot of hope from Shantae throughout the Smash community. Generally, the support for Shantae is a lot like her games themselves. They're not over the top in terms of support or praise, but they're very much enjoyed, they're very much loved, and they're present nonetheless. Also, much more recently, there have been these little teasers that Shantae has had in her latest game mode, Jammies mode. At the beginning of this mode, she starts off by saying, "I'm going to host the Ultimate Slumber Party." Ultimate Slumber Party highlighted in yellow. And everyone is invited. That sounds a little familiar, don't it? Anyway, I'd better get in there. I've got an important announcement to make. Yep, the Ultimate Slumber Party is being moved over to Risky's ship. If they were going to tease what kind of stage Shantae would get in Super Smash Bros., that would be the way to do it. Sleep in too much and you'll mess up tomorrow. Why? What's happening tomorrow? Ha! Who knows? Every day is a new adventure. Now, again, this is just pure and total speculation. This can, and honestly probably means absolutely nothing at all. But It is a little bit of a nod, it feels like, and it could be something more. It probably isn't, but that would be clever a way forward to tease Shantae in Super Smash Bros. With this. Anyways, let's go ahead and get straight into the biggest part of it all, Shantae's moveset. Her B would be the obvious standard hair whip. The faster you tap B, the faster that she whips her hair. I imagine her side B would be sort of an attack in her monkey form, sort of like Diddy's tackle maybe from Brawl, or maybe she just does the horizontal monkey bullet thing from Half Genie Hero. It could work. Her up B could have one of two options. First of all, she could transform into her harpy form, and the more you tap B, the more she flies, kind of like Kirby's jump actually. Alternatively, if they didn't want to go through that, then they could also pull her move from the Pirate's Curse, where she just does an extra jump and then she glides on Risky's hat. Her down B has to be the Elephant Stomp. It just has to be. Well, I mean, it doesn't have to be because there are other moves that you can put in here as well, but that's the one that makes the most sense. As for a final smash, there's all kinds of things that could work here. I think what makes sense though, and what would work the best, would be her calling on Risky Boots or her friends to team up and do a big attack. If she calls on Risky, then I imagine her giant boat would come up and just blast everyone in a cinematic sequence. Or maybe better yet, she just does a bunch of rapid transformations and just attacks with her monkey form, her spider, her elephant, maybe even her crab form or something. I don't know. There's a lot that you could do though for a final smash with Shantae. And there's so much potential in the moveset, and I would just love to see it happen. I really would. And now we've come to the part that, well, this is where it gets really speculative. What are her odds of getting into Super Smash Bros? If we were to put a number, a percentage, onto this figure, what would it be? Bearing everything in mind, and if I'm being completely and totally honest with myself, I am giving her a 60% chance. I definitely think she has the better shot when it comes to indie characters getting in. Her Way Forward and Nintendo have been nothing but buds since the very beginning. Shantae has always come out on Nintendo consoles first, and then everything else has been second. I think Shantae has got a really good chance. Not to mention her first game, Shantae, actually received a reward and was considered one of the best games for the Game Boy Color when it came out. There's every reason in the world to put Shantae into this game. There's no reason not to include her. And maybe that's just me hoping in vain, because I feel like her moveset would be so good. She has so much to offer, but it could also very well not happen. I don't know. Anyway, time to move on and start working on the next character. Who's our next contender? Oh. Wait, come on, can't we do him later? Really? Thank you guys so much for tuning in. I've got some unfortunate work ahead of me with the next character. But hey, we'll see y'all in the next video. And until then, I hope you all stay blessed.